Welcome to Ace My Exams Learning. Let us get started with today's learning.
Life Orientation Grade 10. Question. Suggest strategies on how you can redress bias in sport coverage. Bias in sport coverage occurs when certain sports, genders, or cultural activities receive more attention than others. Redressing this imbalance promotes fairness, inclusivity, and equal recognition for all athletes and sporting disciplines. The following strategies can be used to redress bias in sport coverage. 1. Advocate for equal coverage of women's sports. An effective way to redress bias in sport coverage is to put pressure on sports commentators, broadcasters, and sponsors to be more inclusive of women's sports. When female athletes receive fair exposure on television, social media, and in print, they gain recognition and attract sponsorship opportunities. This helps challenge gender stereotypes and ensures that women's sporting achievements are valued equally to men's. Increased coverage also inspires young girls to participate in sport and promotes gender equality in society. 2. Promote indigenous and traditionally neglected sports. Redressing bias also involves advocating for the inclusion and coverage of indigenous and traditional sports that were previously neglected. Promoting these games allows diverse cultures to be represented in the media. When television channels and sports reporters highlight local festivals, rural tournaments, or indigenous games, they help preserve cultural heritage and give underrepresented athletes the visibility they deserve. This strategy strengthens national pride, unity, and inclusivity in sport. 3. Speak out against biased coverage. Members of the public can help redress bias by identifying and challenging unfair reporting. Writing letters to newspapers, commenting on social media, or contacting sports councils can raise awareness about unequal representation. Fans can also choose not to support brands or broadcasters that promote bias by sponsoring only certain sports. These public actions send a strong message to media houses and sponsors to change discriminatory practices and promote fairness in coverage. 4. Support media platforms that promote fair and inclusive reporting. Another effective strategy is to support and promote media outlets that showcase diverse sports coverage. By subscribing to, watching, and sharing inclusive sports programs, audiences increase the demand for balanced reporting. This encourages media companies to prioritize fairness and equal representation. Supporting such platforms helps shift attention from only a few popular sports to a wider range of games, genders, and athletes, promoting equality and diversity in the sporting world. 5. Educate and train journalists on unbiased reporting. Sports journalists and commentators play a vital role in shaping public perception. Providing training and education on gender sensitivity, cultural awareness, and ethical journalism can help reduce bias in reporting. Journalists who understand the importance of inclusivity are more likely to report fairly on both men's and women's events, as well as local and international sports. This professional development promotes accurate, respectful, and balanced media coverage. Therefore, bias in sport coverage can be redressed by advocating for women's sports, promoting indigenous games, speaking out against unfair reporting, supporting inclusive media, and educating journalists. These strategies ensure that all athletes and sporting disciplines are represented fairly, helping to build equality, respect, and unity in the sporting world. Life Orientation Grade 10. Question. Discuss how fans can contribute to promoting fair play and integrity in sport. Fans can play an important role in shaping the spirit and culture of sport to reflect fair play and integrity in the following ways. 1. Encouraging positive cheering and respectful support. Fans contribute to fair play by engaging in positive cheering and discouraging negative behavior during matches. When spectators show respect for all players, referees, and officials, it creates an environment of sportsmanship and mutual respect. For example, cheering for good performance regardless of which team scores promotes fairness and reduces hostility among fans and players. This positive atmosphere encourages athletes to play fairly and enjoy the true spirit of the game. 2. Setting an example through good sportsmanship. Fans promote integrity in sport when they serve as role models by showing good sportsmanship. When they follow the rules, avoid violence, and accept both victory and defeat with dignity, they demonstrate respect for the game. Such behavior encourages athletes and other spectators to act responsibly. For instance, clapping for the opposing team's effort or accepting a fair referee decision sets a strong example of moral conduct and integrity. 3. Speaking out against cheating and unsporting conduct. Fans can help maintain the integrity of sport by actively discouraging cheating, diving, or unsportsmanlike behavior. When spectators voice disapproval of dishonesty and reward fair behavior with applause, they reinforce the values of fairness and honesty. This social pressure reminds athletes that winning is less important than maintaining respect for the rules and the spirit of competition. 4. Promoting inclusivity and respect for diversity. Fans can also contribute to fair play by promoting inclusivity and respect for diversity in sport. Supporting players regardless of their race, gender, or background shows that sport is for everyone and should be enjoyed fairly by all participants. By rejecting discrimination and bias, fans uphold the ethical foundation of sport and strengthen its unifying power across communities. 5. Supporting anti-violence and fair play campaigns. Fans can take an active role in supporting anti-violence and fair play initiatives launched by sporting organizations. By participating in campaigns, signing pledges, or spreading messages of respect on social media, fans reinforce the culture of integrity within sport. Their active involvement helps ensure that fairness, honesty, and respect remain the core values of all sporting activities. Therefore, fans promote fair play and integrity by cheering positively, modeling good sportsmanship, discouraging cheating, promoting inclusivity, and supporting fair play campaigns. Their behavior directly influences how athletes and teams conduct themselves, helping to preserve the honor and ethical spirit of sport. Life Orientation Grade 10. Question. Discuss how lifelong learning enhances an individual's ability to navigate career transitions and reframe for new roles. In a world where industries, technologies, and job requirements are constantly evolving, lifelong learning is essential for professional growth and adaptability. It can help an individual to navigate career transitions and help to redefine new roles in the following ways. 1. Lifelong learning improves adaptability for smooth transitions. Lifelong learning enhances an individual's ability to navigate career transitions by keeping their skills and knowledge up to date. When people regularly learn new technologies, methods, or workplace practices, they can adjust quickly when their job roles or industries change. For example, when a factory worker learns to operate new digital machinery, they can easily shift into modern production systems instead of being replaced. This adaptability helps individuals move smoothly between jobs and maintain steady employment even in uncertain economic conditions. 2. Lifelong learning builds confidence to reframe for new roles. Continuous learning enhances confidence, which empowers individuals to reframe themselves for new career roles. When people invest in improving their qualifications or acquiring new skills, they feel more capable and ready to take on fresh challenges. For instance, an office assistant who completes a course in business administration can confidently apply for a management position. By building confidence through learning, individuals see themselves as competent and capable of thriving in different roles, even outside their previous field. 3. Lifelong learning develops a growth mindset that supports career change. Lifelong learning strengthens a growth mindset, helping individuals believe that abilities can be developed through effort and persistence. This mindset encourages them to view change positively and adapt to new job demands with enthusiasm. People with a growth mindset are not discouraged by setbacks. Instead, they learn from mistakes, reframe challenges as learning opportunities, and continue progressing. As a result, they can confidently navigate transitions such as moving to new industries, taking leadership positions, or learning advanced skills to meet future job demands. 4. Lifelong learning increases employability and opportunities for transition. By engaging in lifelong learning, individuals enhance their employability, making it easier to transition between jobs or professions. Constantly upgrading qualifications and learning new competencies ensures that their skills remain relevant to changing labor market needs. This continuous improvement opens doors to new career opportunities, such as promotions or entirely new industries. For example, someone who learns digital literacy can shift from traditional retail work to online business roles. Thus, lifelong learning directly enhances one's ability to enter, adjust, and progress within new career paths. 5. Lifelong learning encourages innovation and reframing of career identity. Lifelong learning promotes creativity and innovation, enabling individuals to rethink and reshape their career identities when needed. As people explore new knowledge areas, they discover new interests, strengths, and potential career directions. This helps them reframe their professional identity to match emerging opportunities. For instance, a teacher who learns counseling skills can move into a student support or mentoring role, expanding their impact. Therefore, lifelong learning helps individuals not only transition effectively, but also reimagine who they can become within their professional journey. Therefore, lifelong learning enhances an individual's ability to navigate career transitions by improving adaptability, building confidence, nurturing a growth mindset, increasing employability, and promoting innovation. It also empowers individuals to reframe for new roles by developing new skills, discovering new strengths, and approaching change with confidence and creativity. Life Orientation Grade 11. Question. Discuss reasons why changing career patterns will be inevitable for the future. Careers in the modern world are continuously evolving and will continue to transform in the future because of the following reasons. 1. Cost reduction. Careers will change over time to save money, and thus the company will cut costs and show greater profits. Businesses are under constant pressure to reduce operational expenses, and this often leads to restructuring, automation, or outsourcing of certain functions. For example, companies may replace repetitive manual roles with software systems or contract workers to minimize wage expenses. These cost-saving strategies force workers to upgrade their skills and shift into roles that add more value to the organization. 2. Time efficiency. Careers will change to save time and lead to quicker completion of work, thereby increasing the production of the company. Modern industries prioritize efficiency and productivity, which encourages the use of digital systems, teamwork, and faster communication technologies. As a result, employees must adapt to new ways of working, such as remote collaboration and project-based work, making flexibility and technological proficiency essential for future careers. 3. Technological advancement. Rapid technological advancement is one of the major drivers of changing career patterns. Emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation are redefining the skills required in almost every profession. Traditional job descriptions are being replaced with roles that demand digital literacy and innovation. Employees who continuously learn and adapt to these new technologies will thrive, while those resistant to change risk becoming redundant. 4. Globalization and international competition. Globalization connects markets across the world, increasing competition among companies and workers. To stay competitive, organizations adopt global work standards, relocate operations, or hire international talent. This global shift compels employees to develop cross-cultural communication skills, digital collaboration abilities, and flexibility to work across time zones or global projects. Consequently, careers become more dynamic and mobile, reflecting the realities of a global economy. 5. Changing workforce values and lifestyle preferences. Modern workers increasingly value flexibility, work-life balance, and purpose-driven careers. Unlike traditional career paths that focused on job stability, many individuals now pursue careers that allow personal growth, remote work, and social impact. These evolving expectations push organizations to redesign work structures and policies, leading to new career models such as freelancing, hybrid work, and the gig economy. Life Orientation Grade 10. Question. Propose methods to enhance objectivity and reduce the impact of subjectivity in sports. Improving objectivity in sports strengthens fairness and restores public confidence. The following practical measures can be applied to enhance objectivity and reduce the impact of subjectivity in sport. 1. Implement and integrate VAR and other replay technologies. Video Assistant Referee, VAR, systems and goal line technology give referees objective visual evidence to review critical incidents, which reduces reliance on instantaneous subjective impressions. By allowing carefully defined review windows for goals, penalties, red cards, and mistaken identity, VAR decreases blatant errors and provides a transparent process for overturning or confirming calls. When applied consistently and with clear communication to teams and spectators, these tools enhance accuracy and accountability, though they must be used with strict protocols to avoid disrupting the flow of play. Proper integration therefore raises the likelihood that match-deciding events are judged on verifiable facts rather than perception. 2. Develop clear, standardized protocols and decision frameworks. Standardized protocols, for example checklists or step-by-step guidelines for penalties, violent conduct and handball, reduce individual interpretation by giving referees a shared framework for evaluation. When all officials adhere to the same definitions, thresholds and communication procedures, decisions become more consistent across matches and competitions. This uniformity helps players and coaches understand expected conduct, limits controversy, and increases trust that similar incidents will receive similar outcomes. Clear protocols should be published, taught, and regularly reviewed to reflect changes in the laws of the sport. 3. Continuous professional training, simulation and performance review. Ongoing education, through workshops, match simulations, fitness testing and psychological coaching, improves referees' decision-making under pressure and reduces errors caused by fatigue or uncertainty. Regular performance reviews, using match footage and objective metrics, allow referees to identify bias patterns and technical weaknesses, and to learn corrective strategies. Mentorship and peer review systems also encourage consistency by exposing officials to alternative interpretations and best practices. Investment in professional development therefore raises standards and supports more impartial officiating. 4. Enhance officiating teams and communication tools. Using multiple match officials, assistant referees, fourth officials, clear radio communication, and on-field signaling shares decision responsibility and reduces single-person subjectivity. When decisions are cross-checked in real time, the chance that a single biased or mistaken perspective determines a crucial outcome falls substantially. Good teamwork, backed by reliable communication technology, enables quicker, more accurate decisions while preserving the referee's authority. This collective approach distributes cognitive load and provides a safeguard against individual errors. 5. Provide psychological support and protections for referees. Referees who receive psychological resilience training, counseling access, and institutional protection against harassment are better equipped to withstand external pressures and make impartial decisions. Support systems that address stress management, media handling, and post-match debriefings reduce the likelihood that criticism or intimidation will influence on-field calls. Additionally, public education campaigns that defend referees' rights and clarify disciplinary channels can lower abusive behaviors from fans and stakeholders. A protected and supported officiating cohort promotes unbiased rulings and preserves match integrity. Life Orientation Grade 10. Question: discuss how the subjective nature of referee decisions impacts the fairness and integrity of sports competitions. Refereeing is central to ensuring fairness in sport, but human judgment is never entirely objective. The personal perceptions of referees can strongly influence the fairness and integrity of sports competitions. In the following ways. Firstly, referees may, without intention, favor well-known or successful teams when awarding penalties or fouls. This usually occurs because prominent teams carry social status and media attention that can unconsciously influence an official's sense of authority or confidence in decision-making. When marginal calls are consistently awarded in favor of these teams, results and league standings can become distorted, undermining the equal opportunity that is supposed to define competition. Such bias, even when unintended, harms smaller or less popular teams and weakens public trust in fair play. Furthermore, referees operate under intense pressure and must make rapid decisions during fast-paced play. The complexity of situations, time constraints, and the need to interpret rules instantly can lead to inconsistent calls between matches or officials. Even experienced referees can reach different conclusions on identical incidents, which creates confusion among players and spectators. Over time, this inconsistency erodes confidence in officiating, as stakeholders may believe outcomes depend on luck or personality rather than skill and rule application. In addition, referees are susceptible to emotional and social pressure from both players and spectators. Aggressive protests, constant appeals, or loud crowd reactions can subconsciously affect a referee's sense of control or judgment. When faced with thousands of passionate fans or influential athletes, a referee might hesitate to penalize misconduct or may overcompensate in later calls to restore balance. These emotional responses make decisions less impartial and more reactive to the environment than to the rules of the game, which diminishes fairness and transparency. Human error also plays a significant role. Because referees rely on real-time vision, their angle of sight or distance from an incident can prevent them from seeing vital details. Obstructed views, rapid player movements, or poor lighting can result in mistakes such as missed fouls or wrong offside calls. Even though these errors are unintentional, they can determine match outcomes and provoke anger among teams and fans. When errors are frequent or occur in critical moments, people begin to question the competence of officials and the legitimacy of results. Finally, constant public and media scrutiny after controversial matches can have a lasting effect on referees' confidence. Harsh criticism, online abuse, and negative headlines may cause officials to doubt their future decisions or avoid making bold calls. Some may even become overly cautious, prioritizing personal safety over accurate officiating. This environment discourages talented referees and weakens the quality of officiating, ultimately harming the credibility and integrity of sport itself. Life Orientation Grade 10. Question: explain how education and awareness programs can prevent athletes from engaging in corrupt practices. Education and awareness are powerful tools in preventing corruption because they equip athletes with ethical understanding, practical knowledge, and the courage to resist temptation. The following education and awareness strategies can be used to prevent athletes from engaging in corrupt practices. Firstly, comprehensive workshops on ethics and integrity can significantly influence athletes' attitudes toward fair play. By discussing topics such as match fixing, bribery, and doping, these sessions make athletes aware of how corruption destroys careers, damages reputations, and discredits the sport. Use of real-life examples of athletes who faced bans or legal action help participants understand the seriousness of unethical decisions, inspiring them to uphold honesty in their own sporting journeys. Alongside workshops, accessible online learning modules reinforce these values through flexibility and repetition. By using interactive case studies, quizzes, and real-life simulations, athletes can practice identifying and handling unethical situations. Because these modules can be completed anytime and anywhere, athletes at all levels, local, national, or international, receive consistent education on corruption prevention. Regular digital refreshers ensure they stay informed about new threats and evolving forms of misconduct. Furthermore, a strong system of confidential reporting also prevents corruption by empowering athletes to act against wrongdoing. When players have safe channels to report suspicious behavior, such as match-fixing attempts or bribery, they help protect the sport's reputation while maintaining their integrity. Proper whistleblower protection ensures they do not face discrimination or punishment for speaking up, promoting a culture of accountability and shared responsibility. Role models also play a crucial part in prevention. Well-known athletes who advocate for clean sport can share their own experiences with honesty, inspire others to follow their example. Seeing successful players reject corruption and still achieve greatness shows younger athletes that integrity and success can coexist. These ambassadors of fair play promote ethical behavior across all levels of sport and create a ripple effect of positive influence. Finally, integrating integrity education into athlete development programs ensures that these values become part of a sportsman's foundation from the beginning. When young athletes learn about honesty, fairness, and the dangers of corruption early in their careers, they internalize these principles as lifelong habits. Coaches, educators, and administrators must work together to build a culture where fair play is rewarded and unethical actions are rejected. Over time, this sustained focus on education cultivates a generation of athletes who value credibility over shortcuts, ensuring that sport remains a true reflection of discipline, honesty, and respect. Life Orientation Grade 10. Question: state ways how you can demonstrate prior learning effectively. Demonstrating prior learning helps individuals show that they already possess certain knowledge, skills, and experiences that are relevant to new learning or work opportunities. This can be shown in the following ways. 1. Engage in discussions or activities. Before introducing new topics, engage students in discussions or activities that tap into their existing knowledge. This helps activate prior learning, encouraging learners to recall and apply previous experiences. For example, asking students to share their understanding of a concept before teaching it allows the teacher to identify what they already know and where there may be gaps. 2. Make connections between old and new concepts. Students can demonstrate prior learning by making connections between old and new concepts. Linking familiar ideas to new information helps learners understand content more effectively. When learners relate new topics to experiences or knowledge from past lessons, they can retain information longer and apply it more confidently in real-life situations. 3. Employ analogies or common examples. Using analogies or common examples helps learners integrate new information into their existing frameworks of understanding. For instance, comparing a new topic in life orientation to a well-known social situation makes it easier to grasp abstract ideas. This method encourages learners to use familiar experiences to interpret unfamiliar concepts. 4. Apply prior knowledge to problem solving. Learners can demonstrate prior learning by applying previous knowledge to solve new problems. When faced with unfamiliar challenges, using previously learned strategies or information shows understanding and adaptability. For example, applying conflict resolution skills from earlier lessons to a new workplace scenario demonstrates that learning has been retained and can be used in different contexts. 5. Reflect on previous learning experiences. Another effective way to demonstrate prior learning is to reflect on past learning experiences. Reflection allows learners to identify what they have learned, how they have grown, and which areas need improvement. This conscious review of previous learning helps them recognize their strengths and apply them more effectively in new learning situations. In conclusion, effective demonstration of prior learning involves engaging in discussions, connecting new and old concepts, using analogies, applying previous knowledge, and reflecting on learning experiences. These methods ensure learners use their existing knowledge base as a foundation for new growth and understanding.
To access more learning and exam preparation materials, go to www.acemyexams.coza. This link is also in the video description below. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to subscribe and be the first to know when we upload new videos.